hate is a fire. It burns quick. It eats oxygen, chokes lungs, and leaves behind ash. But hate directed at you, that is a different kind of flame. It is a slow-burning poison. It lingers in the marrow. It stains the tongue. It makes you want to strike back, to mirror it, to spit venom for venom. And yet, the line tells us, do not give way to hating. Not because it is easy, not because it is simple, but because if you surrender to hate, you let the world dictate the shape of your soul. Close your eyes. Imagine this moment. You are walking through a crowd. Faces blur, some smile, some look away. But there, someone scowls. Their eyes pierce. Their lips curl. Their voice, even if unspoken, says, I do not like you. I do not want you here. Feel it in your body. The shoulders stiffen. The jaw locks. The breath shortens. Every muscle whispers, retaliate, protect, defend, attack. Now pause. Do not obey that whisper. Instead, breathe once more. Let it pass through you like wind through a hollow reed. Let it be nothing more than a sound, a vibration, not a command, not an identity. Because here is the truth. Being hated does not define you. The hate belongs to the hater. It is their storm, their weather, their unhealed wound. You do not have to take it home. You do not have to wear it as a coat. You do not have to carry it across the deserts of your life. But here is the second half of the lesson. And yet, don't look too good, nor talk too wise. Strange, isn't it? Why, after such a profound call to resist hatred, would the words then remind us to resist looking too polished, too perfect, too clever? Because humility is the shield that guards the soul from arrogance. Yes, resisting hate is noble. But if you begin to shine too brightly in your resistance, if you puff out your chest and proclaim, look at me, I am above them, I am better, I am pure, then you have only traded one poison for another. Hate may not dwell in you, but pride takes its place. And pride is just as binding. So, the wisdom is this. Do not hate. Do not strike back. But also, do not raise yourself so high that others see only a mask of untouchable perfection. Do not talk too wise, as if your mouth were a fountain of flawless truth. Do not look too good, as if life were a stage for endless performance. Instead, be human, be fallible, be open, be honest. Your wisdom will glow brighter when it does not boast. Your goodness will shine warmer when it does not parade itself. Let us sink deeper. The world is filled with performance. Screens, voices, polished faces. Everywhere you turn, someone is presenting their best angle, their smartest line, their most impressive self. But wisdom whispers in softer tones. It does not shout. It does not demand attention. It waits. It rests in silence. It reveals itself in the pause between words. When you do not try to look too good, you leave space for others to see themselves. When you do not talk too wise, you leave silence for others to discover their own truth. And that is a gift rarer than any clever phrase. So let us practice this together. close your eyes again. Place your hand on your heart. Breathe deep into the palm. Feel the rhythm, the drum of your existence. Now, picture the faces of those who may dislike you. Not one face, but a blur. A collection of critics, a crowd of doubters. Their voices hum, a low static. Instead of fighting them, instead of raising your voice above theirs, simply bow your head inside your mind. Not in defeat, but in humble strength. Say silently, "You may hate me, but I will not hate you. You may not understand me, but I will not boast before you. I am human as you are human, and here I remain." Notice how the body softens with those words. Notice how the chest eases. Notice how the breath grows spacious. This is not weakness. This is not surrender. This is strength in its quietest form. Let me tell you a story. There was once a monk who walked barefoot from village to village. Some welcomed him with fruit and water. Others spat at him, mocked his shaved head, laughed at his silence. One day, a man threw dust in his face and shouted, "You fraud, you useless wanderer." The monk did not answer. He only bowed his head, wiped the dust away, and kept walking. Later, a disciple asked him, "Master, why do you let them treat you so? Why not speak wisdom? Why not defend your honor?" The monk smiled. "When someone offers you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The disciple said, "To the one who offered it." "Just so," said the monk, "their hate is their gift. I do not accept it. This is what it means to resist hatred without inflating your own pride. It is not a loud resistance. It is not a fiery rebellion. It is the quiet art of non-acceptance. It is the stillness of a mountain when the storm crashes against its side. But maybe you are asking, how do I do this when the pain is too sharp? How do I let go when the words cut deep? The answer is patience. The answer is practice. The answer is compassion. Not for them first, but for yourself. When you are hated, you do not need to immediately love your enemy. That is too heavy, too sudden. Instead, begin with tenderness toward your own wound. Whisper to yourself, "Yes, this hurt. Yes, I feel anger rising. Yes, part of me wants to fight back, but I choose not to feed this fire." That whisper alone is already a victory. Another story. A woman once asked her grandmother, "How do you stay calm when people insult you?" The grandmother laughed softly and said, "When I was young, I was like dry grass. A single spark, and I burned quick. But life has soaked me with rain. Now sparks fall, and they die out. This is the lesson of time. Patience makes you less flammable. Kindness makes you fireproof." Let us breathe with that image. Picture yourself as a field after rain, soft, moist with compassion. When sparks of hate fall, they sizzle, they fade. They cannot ignite. Your body is calm. Your voice is calm. Your presence is calm. And yet again, remember humility. Do not say to yourself, "Look at me. I am saintly. Look at me. I am untouchable." Instead, say, I am learning, I am practicing, I am human. Because the moment you crown yourself with too much goodness, you slip quietly into pride. And pride, though dressed in bright robes, leads you down the same narrow road as hate. Now, let us turn inward once more. Ask yourself, who are the ones you have hated? Not who has hated you, but who you have secretly held in contempt. Bring their faces to mind. Notice the resistance in your heart. Notice the tightness in your breath. Now, gently release them, not by pretending you suddenly love them, but by saying quietly, I will not carry you anymore. Your image in my mind has weight. I set it down. I release it. Feel the body lighten. Feel the breath expand. This is not forgiveness yet. Forgiveness may come later. This is simply not hating. This is the first doorway. If you can be hated, don't give way to hating. If you can resist the pull of venom, if you can breathe in the fire and exhale rain, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. Be gentle, be flawed, be humble, be a student forever. For it is not the perfect mask that teaches the world. It is the honest heart. It is the quiet endurance. It is the silent refusal to harden. As we navigate this complex world, we must realize that our reactions are the only true currency we possess. You cannot control the rumors. You cannot control the judgments. You cannot control the sudden, sharp turns of public opinion. If you anchor your identity in how much you are loved, you will be lost at sea when the tide turns. But if you anchor your identity in your own capacity for grace, you become unshakable. Grace is not about being a doormat. It is not about letting people walk over you. Grace is the deliberate choice to disconnect your worth from their words. Think about the energy it takes to hate. It is an exhausting labor. You have to wake up and remember the grievance. You have to stoke the fire, add wood to the memory, replay the insult, sharpen the retort. It consumes your creativity. It eats your joy. It occupies the space in your mind where dreams should live. When you choose not to hate, you are not doing it for the other person. You are doing it to reclaim your own mental real estate. You are evicting the squatter of resentment so that peace can move back in. And on the flip side, think about the energy it takes to look too good, to constantly curate an image of flawlessness, to always have the right answer, to never admit, I do not know. That too is a prison. It is a lonely tower. When you are always the wise one, the strong one, the perfect one, people stop seeing you. They see an idol, and idols are not loved. They are worshipped, and eventually they are smashed. By stepping down from the pedestal, by admitting your confusion, your hurt, your imperfection, you invite real connection. You allow people to love you for who you are, not for who you pretend to be. This balance between resisting hate and resisting pride is the middle path. It is a narrow ridge to walk. On one side is the cliff of bitterness. On the other side is the cliff of arrogance. Walking this ridge requires constant attention. It requires mindfulness. It requires a daily check-in with your own ego. Am I reacting out of anger? Am I acting out of superiority? These two questions are your walking sticks. They keep you steady on the path. Consider the physical sensation of pride. It feels expansive, yes, but also rigid. It puffs up the chest. It lifts the chin. It looks down. It separates. Now consider the physical sensation of humility. It is grounded. It is fluid. It connects. It looks eye to eye. When you meet hate with humility, you disarm it. Hate expects a wall. When it meets the open air of humility, it falls flat. It has nothing to push against. This is why the softest response is often the most powerful. Water yields to the rock, but over time, water shapes the rock. Be like water. There is a profound freedom in being ordinary. When you stop trying to be the wisest person in the room, you can finally listen. When you stop trying to be the most moral person, you can finally forgive. You realize that everyone is fighting a hard battle. The person who hates you is fighting a battle you cannot see. Their hate is a symptom of their suffering, not a verdict on your value. When you see it this way, compassion becomes easier. You do not have to like them, but you can understand them. And understanding is the antidote to hatred. Let us return to the breath. Inhale deeply. Count to 4. Exhale deeply. Count to 4. With each breath, imagine you are sweeping the floor of your mind, sweeping away the dust of insults, sweeping away the debris of ego, sweeping away the need to be right. What is left is a clean, empty space, a space where you can simply exist. In this space, you are enough. You do not need to defend yourself. You do not need to prove yourself. You just are. This practice is not a one-time event. It is a lifestyle. You will fail. You will get angry. You will get arrogant. That is part of the human experience. When that happens, catch yourself. Smile at your own imperfection. Say, "Ah, there I go again," falling off the ridge. And then, gently, without judgment, climb back up. The goal is not never to fall. The goal is to shorten the time it takes to get back up. The world needs more people who have mastered this art. We are drowning in noise. We are drowning in hot takes and sharp words. We are starving for the cooling presence of those who do not react. Be that person. Be the cooling presence. Be the one who absorbs the heat and radiates calm. Be the one who breaks the chain of hatred by simply refusing to pass it on. And remember, the person who irritates you the most is often your greatest teacher. They reveal to you where your buttons are. They show you where you are still attached to your ego. Instead of pushing them away, thank them silently for the lesson. They are showing you exactly where you need to do the work. They are the friction that polishes your soul. So as you go about your day, or as you prepare for rest, carry these two jewels in your pocket. The jewel of non-hatred and the jewel of humility. Touch them whenever you feel the temperature rising. Let them remind you of who you really are. You are not the insults people throw at you. You are not the praise people heap on you. You are the silent observer behind it all. You are the vast, open sky that allows the clouds to pass. Clouds of hate, clouds of pride, they drift by. But the sky remains. Be the sky. And so, tonight, as you drift into sleep, let these words echo in the rhythm of your breath. I will not hate. I will not boast. I will walk humbly with a heart unburned. Rest now. You are safe. You are whole. You are learning the art of not hating, the art of quiet humility, the art of living free. The journey is long, but you are walking it well, and you do not walk it alone. We are all walking it, stumbling, rising, and breathing together. Good night, and may your aura be happy, calm, and clear.